Greg Jones here at Killcliff FC. Here in the upcoming weeks and into the future, I'm gonna look to get some content out to you guys. Start getting kind of a behind the scenes look at some of our guys, some of our operations here at Killcliff FC. With that being said, I have my main man, Jason, the butt kicking machine, Jackson. And I just want to talk to Jason a little bit about his career, his growth. Jay, whenever I moved to Florida 10 years ago, at that time you probably only had 2 or 3 professional fights. Tell me about your growth in the sport of wrestling, and some of the, maybe share some key factors in your development.
You know, first of all, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to sit here in front of you. And you know, my growth in this sport, you know, I know you met me when I was like a few fight in, and you know,
4-1, maybe 5-1, something like that. Yeah.
it was 3-2.
Oh, okay.
I just started off my career, and you know, I came up to you and I was excited. I didn't know who you was until I actually went back and watched a few footage of you in college. And I was just like stunned, like, wow, I didn't know there was such thing as wrestling. And my high school coach was telling me like, I'm not gonna make it in wrestling.
Right.
So I was kind of like scared of wrestling when I was like going into the amateur league and then got signed up as a pro. And I see guys like Logan Sterling and Kamaru Usman. I couldn't wrestle against guys like that. And I came to you and I was like, I want to learn how to wrestle, T. Jones. You laughed at me and said, you'll never be able to make it. And that right there kind of fueled my determination. Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. That right there fueled my determination, you know, to make me want to be a better wrestler, because I know wrestling was like the fundamental of martial art. That was like the base, you know, control the fight,
right,
where it goes on the ground,
positions,
whatever. You know, kind of just stick to that. And here I am today, kind of make me a better man and a better fighter, you know, all around. So
yeah, no, I think for me as a coach, I take a great deal of pride in the amount of ground you have covered in your wrestling. You have been an amazing student. You continue to evolve, improve, and get better. But I think perhaps what's most, the biggest thing for Jason, like I said, we've been together almost 10 years now, it's really seeing you grow into a man, you know, an adult man, real responsibilities. You take care of your family. You have a good, strong work ethic, and I just want to commend you for that, Jason. What about, tell me a little bit about what you have coming up on the horizon, and just kind of your process leading up into your next fight.
What I have on the horizon coming up is this title fight. And like I said, I've been beating on my craft for over 2 years now, just to be in this position now, to know that I'm going to be crowned champion on November 17th. November 17th in Chicago for Bellator 301, and nothing gonna stop that, because you know, been working in and out of the gym, you know, cutting trees, sparring every day, washing cars, selling.
Can I stop you for a second? Here's a little fun fact about Jason: is whenever we were at Hard Knocks 365, he had a water tank in the back of, what do you call Clifford the red truck. Jason Jackson would be at the gym at 7:30 in the morning, washing cars, trying to make ends meet, trying to feed his family while he was working his way up through. So, now for you guys out there, the path of MMA, you choose this path, there's going to be a lot of resistance. It's going to be difficult, but I think Jason is a really good example of that. And what was the saying you said? I went from washing Porsches
to owning one.
Say it again.
Went from washing Porsches to owning one, you know, so manifest that. And a various challenge along the way, you know, as far as breaking my hand on the Ultimate Fighter, to went back to the local scene and breaking my leg. So I had a lot of setback, you know, to mold me into this man I am today. to where I can sit in front of somebody and be like, listen, I made it to where I don't have to work and I still continue on working.
Why don't you share with them, how old were you whenever you came from Jamaica to the USA?
When I came to the United States, I was 12 going on 13, and I just met my dad. I haven't met my dad. That was my first time meeting my dad. Man, I want to be a fighter. I want to be a WWE wrestler.
Oh my
like
God,
Kurt Angle. I want to be a WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
As you get older, you kind of understand the body and how the body works. And I didn't want to take steroids once I figured out that's what they was on. I didn't want to take steroids, so I seen a commercial of Rampage and Chuck Liddell, and I just saw the dog in Chuck Liddell. You know, that fire came out the TV right into me, and I was like, that's what I want to do.
that.
Yeah, I told my auntie that, and she was just looking at me like, oh, it's crazy. Like, boy, you want to get your eye knocked out in Patois? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get into that position to where Chuck Liddell and Rampage celebrating. But all I see myself is just celebrating on TV, just winning. I don't know what it takes and what I had to do to win. But I just know that's what I wanted to do, is just celebrate and be on top. But once I figure out the work, man, it's a whole nother ball game, I tell you. It's not easy, but, you know, just stick with it, because I didn't have no way out. You know, I didn't have no way out to help my mom. My mom is still in Jamaica, and you know, fighting kind of helped me build her a house, because you know, we grew up, we didn't have nothing coming up. But my mom had 8 kids in a small house, 1-bedroom shack, and we lived in like the poorest neighborhood, and we were poor within the poorest community.
Yeah.
So it's like, man. How can you poor? You got poor people talking shit about you. You gotta be like below poor type of thing. So, you know, fighting kind of like helped me to be the man I am today, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful for the gym and you as well, Henry. You know what I'm saying? Without you, I can't believe when I first met. I'm telling you a cool story about Greg Jones. I just met Greg Jones. I don't know much about the guy, you know, and the guy had me living in his house for 3 months around his family and everything. Who does that? Nobody does that unless somebody who believes in it.
It was supposed to be 2 weeks.
Bro, it's real though. It's real though. Like, to me right there, no matter what, you always gonna have a place in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because that's big for me. I have my own family, so to be able to trust anybody to come around your family, that's huge right there.
I tell you guys this all the time, often when we're breaking down practice. As a gym, it is not just a physical location with 4 walls and a roof. There's a lot of cool stuff going on within the realm of our operation. But I think myself and my approach, and I hear you speaking along the same lines, that it's not just fighting. If we're working just for just punching and kicking and fighting technique, then I think you are being underserved. You know, I want to praise Jason Jackson for your leadership. You're my dog. I got so much love for you, and I'm so prideful and grateful to walk by your side when we go. Is there anything else you want to add, Jason, just to close up for the folks?
I just want to tell you and everybody here at Cliff that I'm grateful for everything that, you know what I'm saying, all the coaches, all the trainers have done for me over the years and continue on doing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I look up to you as a role model, because I don't know much about wrestling, especially folk style wrestling.
Sure.
I don't know much. So when I look into Kurt Angle got me into wrestling, but when I saw Greg Jones, I could replicate him as myself. He's athletic, he's black, and you know what I'm saying, he could move like a black man. I don't see a lot of the other wrestlers in there, you know what I'm saying, with that type of athleticism. So it kind of fueled me to want to be more like you, and that's what I kind of replicate my fighting style a little bit with pump fake and, you know, stop and go and get to some of the position. I kind of just think about being G. Jones in a fight and it always worked out for me.
It's gonna keep working out. So, all right. Well, Jason, I appreciate the time. Hey, you guys. Again, this is the first set of our installment series here, behind the scenes here at Killcliff FC with our weekly fighter feature. We're gonna get better at it. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep better at it, and look up for more Killcliff FC fighters here in the future.